There we go. Okay.
Oh,
Lethal, dude. Lethal.
What did I say, dude? I'm a gamer.
Gamer language, eh?
We all are, man. We all are.
Are you introing it, mate? Or...
Oh, I did last week, so.
Oh my god. I swear you took over as this. Like, we always have a discussion about this every time, like who does the intro, who does the outro. It's always like,
I mean, I could. You wanna rock paper scissors?
Are we really gonna do this?
Yeah, we're about to rock paper scissors. All right.
Go on. Right.
Fuck you.
Damn
it! Fine.
Well, welcome to the Degenerates podcast, episode 3. This is one way to start off. As always, I'm BigMacKaz. Join me as always is CoolAceTV, and today we've got another guest on, a man, well, sexy bastard from Sweden. It's Phrillo.
Can I just say, you're beautiful. Okay.
Thank you.
Have you heard of what's his name? He'd always like. I can't remember his channel name off the top. Nakey Jakey. That's who you remind me of. Have you ever watched him?
Really?
Yeah, he reminds me of him. I don't know. I get that vibe from him.
That's very far stretched.
I don't know, dude. I think he looks like Nakey Jakey a little bit, you know?
Oh, goddamn.
Nakey Jakey. Oh, yeah. Right.
Huh? And his camera's gone as well. Fuck.
You got too naked for the podcast.
I'm sorry.
That's alright, bro. Listen,
it froze because when I opened Naked Jake, it probably gave
me
a virus.
Naked Jakey gave you a virus.
I was curious. I wanted to Google it.
Oh, I'm gonna have to cure. I can't even remember what he looks like. Naked Jakey. Is that his name? Oh god. Was he the guy that did like certain runs or something?
He always sat on a yoga ball and like did essays.
Oh yeah, that dude. I'm just saying that. Yeah, we're back, man. Don't worry about it, man. Shit always happens. Like it's not the end of the world. Yeah, for the people that don't know who you are, though, like just tell people who you are, mate. Like whatever you want, bro.
My name is Phrillo, Swedish guy, streamer, variety streamer. I do it as a hobby. I plan on doing it because I wanted, everyone had a dream when they were younger. They saw people 10 years ago streaming, and I just felt like this is my time. So I gave streaming a chance, and here we are.
Here we are, indeed.
Here we are.
Now I have a question. All right, this might be offensive. I don't know, but as a Swedish man, have you ever had Surstromming?
Yes, I have.
Is it bad?
Surstromming, I have it once every year.
What is Surstromming?
Surstromming is, I would say, people would say for rotten fish, but it's actually fermented fish that is stored to ferment for several years.
Like wine.
I heard it smells like fucking shit.
There is nothing, okay? I cannot stress this enough. I've smelled a lot of weird, disgusting shit in my life, but there's nothing that takes the price except Surstromming. It's like you take, it's like rotten egg, rotten meat, rotten fish.
That sounds disgusting.
And then you have like bird sulfur mixed into that, and then that's pretty much.
If I may ask, why do you eat it once a year?
Wait, you eat this shit?
I eat it once every year during season. Because my family is obviously Swedish. I'm full Swedish. Yeah. And my grandma has always had the tradition since she was young to eat Surstromming every year. But no one else in my family wants to join her. So I always join her so she's not alone when eating Surstromming. I'm taking one for the team.
What a homie.
The taste is not bad. It's like very, very intense salty fish.
Is it fried or is it like put in the oven or something?
No,
you just eat it raw.
Well, it's kind of like
you eat it raw, but the way you've probably seen people on YouTube eating it, and they eat it with the skin bones out of the fucking can and pukes like a fountain. But the way you should eat it is that you have like thin bread with cream. You have some chopped tomatoes, chopped red onions, a little bit of lettuce, and like kind of make a wrap out of it.
Yeah.
So it's like a salty wrap
Sounds
sandwich,
pretty good.
and they complement each other. You know, it's salty, it's very intense flavor, but with the creme fraiche and all that good stuff, it's like it complements each other very well. But the smell is fucked.
Wait, is this like? Are you able to keep it down, or do you feel a bit like unwell after eating it?
it's
Is it
just-
like completely fine?
No, just very very salty fish. It doesn't taste bad.
I didn't even know this about. This is actually something I've learned today. Like the fuck, this sounds like. No offense to your culture, but this sounds completely fucking batshit crazy to you.
It is bad shit crazy. Who the fuck would think about eating rotten food, like fermented food?
Who made
mean-
this tradition? Let's find him.
They do it though. Like the reason they ferment it is because it can last. You know, you don't need a fridge. You don't need nothing. It can just stand there, and the longer it stands, the better it gets. It's like fine wine.
That's
And-
It's like fine wine, but it's rotten fish. You know?
But it's rotten fish. And I think that's like in the Asian culture, like kimchi. Do you guys know about kimchi?
no.
Yes.
It's fermented cabbage. It's
Oh yeah, I have actually.
it's sort of the same thing. Like you like ferment it, and it can last like unlimited amounts. Like it can last a lifetime if you want.
Would that
I
not
think-
make you sick though? That's what I'm thinking. Like, is there no like chance of getting sick with I can't remember the name of the first kimchi.
Kimchi.
Yeah, or like would you-
Surstromming.
Yeah,
No,
Surstromming, that's
because it's always in
it.
airtight containers. So
Alright.
there's no mold or anything growing. It's just fermenting. That's what's
Ah.
different between rotten food and fermented food. You're preserving it in an airtight environment.
That's insane.
You guys should try it though. Let me know if you want me to send you.
I'm good.
That's
I think, I'll be honest with you. I think I'd throw up.
Well, eat it right, because most
Yeah.
people on YouTube, they do not eat it right. They just take the
Oh
can.
yeah,
they
most of
open
them
it,
just fucking like scoop that shit up into their mouth like cereal. That's not.
start everyone, because the smell is the thing that's preventing you from seeing it in your mouth. Your mind is like, don't
Giving me
put
an
this
idea for
in your
stream.
mouth.
Yeah, if I was to eat it, I'd probably have to put like a clothespin on my nose or something. You know.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
it's like when you first smell it, it's like something goes up and grips like your inside of your nose
Oh.
and it holds on. It's like it wants to kill you. It's
Oh,
holding so
dude.
tight in the nose.
My least favorite smell ever is cat piss. All right, that is my
That's like a
least
walk.
favorite thing. Oh, it's
That's
worse
like
than
a
that.
flower field. It's not like a flower
no.
field compared
Okay,
to
I
Surstromming.
can't. I can't with no. I'm never gonna
Mate.
eat it.
Well, working in a gym as a cleaner, man, I've seen and smelt some horrible, unspeakable things, but that might might have swayed.
You
the
should do a stream where you just like try to smell a bunch of different things, and then you have like a rating board of like, is this worse than the gym? You have like a little
You should.
slider
That
behind
is-
you. You're like, the gym is worse and this is better. Okay.
the bottom
Great
of
content.
the bottom of the board where it's just like F tier. It's just a bucket of how much vomit I could fill up after I smell it. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what it would be.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I mean, it's like a thing that you want to kind of experience yourself. Like you cannot describe it to anyone else. You gotta experience it, and you will remember the experience for the rest of your life.
You make it sound like a main quest, like it's a
It
sort of
is.
spiritual journey.
I know. Like, well, I knew people who had it as a bucket list. Friends from other countries that were asking me to send Surstromming to them. But here's also the catch. Not just that it smells like the biggest garbage hole on the planet.
Yeah.
It's expensive. It's
It's
really, really expensive. In
Wow.
my opinion, one can of the better stuff, if you want to call it better stuff, because it's
Yeah.
different brands. Röda Ulven is the most popular brand. I think you pay close to 15 euros or like $18 for a can.
What, a tiny like tuna can, basically.
Yeah.
Of it.
Yeah, I can.
So I'm spending $20 to try to see if I can vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason that it costs so much is because it's obviously dying out. The tradition is dying out. No young people want to eat it. They are scared shitless. The only people they have customers is people who want to do Surstromming challenge.
It's like in Futurama where Fry buys like the last can of anchovies.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And then he shares the pizza with everyone, and everyone just starts throwing up because it's so gross.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Oh,
Approximately, but hey, it's experience, and apart from the smell, I do recommend trying it. Honestly,
Oh
I
my
do
God.
recommend it.
You're selling me this like Joe Rogan tries to sell DMT. You know, like that, this is a very similar experience.
Yeah. I
Bro, you ever
mean,
tried Surstromming?
I mean, it's like those bucket list things, near death experiences. Same thing. You face the lighter for a few minutes, and then you're done. Then you've done that.
Do you know that like boxing powder they have where like if you get knocked out they'll put it under your nose, it'll like instantly wake you up. Imagine someone just peels open a can of Surstromming.
That would have so because it's so concentrated. Like when you open it. So my advice to everyone out there, if anyone looking this in the future, opens this Surstromming can underwater. You want to open it underwater. You want to put it in a bucket or whatever, and then open it because it's so fermented, like it's been swelling, you know. So usually it's like a bomb. When you open it, it's gonna go everywhere. It's like a super shaped can.
I was
So
gonna say,
you wanna.
I was gonna say, like, it's the reason you open it underwater so all the demons can't fucking fly away and start like haunting your house.
You gotta trap all the fish ghosts that are stuck in that can.
Phasmophobia.
Yeah, pretty much. Except, I mean, it's still gonna smell. The reason that you're doing it is not to get the squirting everywhere. If you get that like on the wall, you have to move. you have to leave. You have to sell the house. If you can't sell the house,
it's the same thing of like having a spider like in your walls. You're like, I gotta burn it down, dude. It's done. I'm sorry.
So yeah, there's no you're gonna have to call anti-C-Mix and all those fucking companies to get that smell out. It's so
you're gonna have to call Ghostbusters. You're gonna have to call construction workers. You're gonna need the whole 9 yards. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's that fucking bad. Like,
oh, fuck.
It is like you can't imagine. You can't describe it. You have to be there and smell it.
Oh,
and the rages if you're like outside, because a lot of people, because of the smell, they eat it outside during the season. But
why
it doesn't matter. It's like it spreads in the air, so it goes like neighbor, and it goes far.
The only other weird tradition I can think of from like English culture, there's like a really small town in the UK, and one day of every year there's like a big football game that takes place, but it's literally like a keep away game with one ball, and it's the entire town gets involved, and it's like it just gets kicked about, but people are literally fighting, jumping on top of shops, like ripping down, like all the shops have like their windows boarded up like it's fucking Call of Duty Zombies and shit, and it's literally people just like rugby tackling each other for this one ball, and it's between the north side of the town and the south side of the town. I think I've played it on stream before, but there's literally people climbing buildings to get this ball. It's honestly like the most mental thing. But
that's like with what's that one place where they do like the bull run? I can't remember where they do that, but there's
Spain.
Huh?
Spain.
Yeah. Because I've heard about like the bull runs and stuff. That sounds very similar.
That's crazy. Like running away from a bull in a town. Like,
honestly, I kind of have it on my bucket list, but COVID hit, so we're gonna see.
Yeah. I don't know if they still do it. I didn't know they.
You're gonna do an IRL stream of you trying to run away from bulls.
I would. At that point, I would.
Running with a GoPro and a stick.
Yeah, why not? You know. But it's like, how do you say it? The bullfighting, the one when they do in the arena, it got so much. It's been getting so much critique because it's the 2020s, you know, plus, and
it's cruelty to the animal, isn't it, and all that shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I
so-
mean,
Yeah.
you're just fucking killing it for fun, for entertainment. But I think the bull running, they don't kill the bulls during the run.
No, the
So
bulls
it's-
kill you.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, the bulls-
Yeah.
kill you, which is
That's
probably
that's
for
their
the better.
revenge arc. You know, they always need that.
Exactly.
what like traditions are in America though? Like apart from like Thanksgiving and all that shit. Like, is there actually any like big ones in America that still happen?
Super Bowl. I don't know, dude. I don't watch football, so I don't even watch the Super Bowl.
I only watch Super Bowl for the halftime show. That's the only reason why I'd watch it.
I'm gonna look up American traditions.
Oh,
and we'll
God.
see what
Does
pops up.
do they send Super Bowl to the UK, Zach?
I think we hosted it not like super. I think we hosted a game once, or like some of the football stadiums or soccer stadiums are like hosted
I
sometimes.
looked
for that.
up American traditions, and the first thing that came up was an insurance company called American Traditions. So, you know,
There you go.
we have an insurance company.
Every year, everyone gets insurance.
Okay, here are 10 American traditions: eating apple pie, standing
Yeah,
for the Star-Spangled Banner, eating hot dogs, observing democracy, playing basketball, having picnics, having a barbecue, and shooting fireworks.
So what you're saying is America is not cultured.
Pretty much.
No culture.
That's so
American
funny, dude.
tradition is just being American.
I love that eating hot dogs is a tradition. I love that.
Of course, it's food related. Like,
Dude, I love hot dogs. All right.
hot dogs
They're
are
good
sick,
though.
mate.
They're good, dude. They're good.
Oh fucking hell! But yeah, Phrillo, how long have you been like playing games and shit? Like, what got you into like interested in gaming and shit? I don't think I've actually asked this question to a lot of people, but I'm like, why do we actually play games?
So
Like, what's the reason?
what like got me into game? I remember this super clearly because it was like, who's the one starting this whole thing that gets us into game today? And I often think it's something we get inspired by when we're younger. And my inspiration that kind of got me fascinated was we had this neighbor who, this was back in 1994, 1995, I believe. It's like long ago.
Yeah.
And I remember that it was a neighbor that got invited over. Their family got invited over to our house. I didn't have any games at the time. I've never seen games. It was obviously too early. I was 4 years at this point, and the family that we invited over had a younger kid. I think he's 10 or 12 at this point, and he brought over his Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
And he was like asking if he could connect it to the TV and play. And I just remember this so clearly that when he started playing, you know, I was just there watching him, like, you know how small children do with bigger guys. They stand on the side and just watch. And I was amazed because all I've ever seen was movies. You couldn't decide what was happening on TV.
Yeah.
But he was making the decisions on the TV himself. So he was practically like doing it. And I believe for me that was so fascinating. And I think at that moment that was like it. That was like, this is like cocaine. I need this in my life. I need this right there.
I didn't know what video games were when I was 3, but I sure as hell knew what cocaine was. So I was...
But practically, it's like, I mean, similarities in addictions, you know. I just felt like I want this, you know, when you're young and your mind is still developing. And that I guess that's how I got into game. I just saw my neighbor's son play on our TV in our living room, and it just got me fucking hooked.
Do you know what the first game was that you played?
My first game, or the game that he was playing on the TV?
First game you ever played.
Like... The first game I ever played was Donkey Kong Country 1.
Oh, yes. He knows. A man of culture, finally.
Yeah. And the game that he was playing was Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
Oh, that one.
And yeah, it was it was just amazing. So I think 2 years later on Christmas, my parents surprised me with a Super Nintendo with a
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Country bundle.
Oh,
And yeah,
that
ever
was it.
since then I've been into games, and I just turned 30, so it's
A long, long time.
been, yeah, it's been with me my whole fucking life.
I still remember I got a PS1, I remember. And I played some like it was like Pong, but it was like a different type of Pong where it was like actual like each Pong thing, whether was like a different character. There was like it was like a game that was like mini games, but had like a story to it. I can't remember what it was called. I think it was called like Pong Busting Out or something like that.
Sounds cool.
All right.
But yeah. Wait, Corey, which one? What was your first like? I don't think I've ever asked you this either.
Honestly, the earliest I can remember, funnily enough, I think, I don't know, as far as my memory goes back, it might be Earthworm Jump. Like that. I know we were just
That's a
talking about it,
solid
but
one.
like I remember being in my grandmother's living room and just watching my cousin play it. But like if we're talking video games that I got really into, I'd say one of the first ones is probably like Metal Gear Solid 3 or like Jack Jack and Daxter. Like those really hooked me as a kid. Yeah, I mean, I always saw my dad playing Metal Gear Solid 3, but like there were boobs in that game, and he was trying to like put me in a bubble like away from that, but I'd always see him playing it, and at some point I started playing it, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude, I love titties.
I didn't love Metal Gear, but no, I just love titties. Nice.
Honestly, Metal Gear Solid 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. Like I get that it might be a little dated now, but it's to me it's just like how a lot of people are with Resident Evil 4, you know, where like I just jump in and I know everything.
It's like a bit of Sly Cooper, to be honest. I know everything. Like,
yeah.
I could be like 60, and you turn that game on, I know exactly every level and every single like boss combination they're gonna do. Like, I just know how to play it.
Well, that's some of my favorite shit about that game because there's so much secret stuff in that game, especially with the. I don't know if you guys have played Metal Gear Solid 3, but like with the boss, the end, the really old guy. There is a segment earlier in the game before you meet him where he's in a wheelchair, and I guess someone like secretly strapped C4 to his wheelchair or something. So if you shoot the wheel, he blows up and he's dead, and you just skip his boss fight. And
I've
then
heard about this.
when you get to his boss fight, if you saved your PS2, time skipped a week ahead, and then came back, Snake walks up behind him on a cliff, and he actually died of old age, and then he blows up. So like, it's just shit like that. That's like really fucking cool, you know. Like I think that's what got me really into like the Easter eggs and stuff of gaming, and like with was it Borderlands 2? I think there's like a little Easter egg where you can like break into a mine and like there's a Minecraft hat and shit.
Yeah,
like,
I remember that.
I remember that.
I loved that stuff, dude. I fucking love like Easter eggs and all that in gaming, you know?
Yeah, same.
Oh,
same.
Man. It's ridiculous. What's like the best game? What's like the best game though you've ever played, Phrillo? Like,
wow.
Because I see you play like CS and stuff. I'm like, does this man really know what gaming is? Or...
CS:GO is far from the best game that I've ever played, probably.
Definitely.
I think the absolutely most favorite game that I've played. I mean, this is like nostalgia or modern, you know? It's like it's not you can like pick one in between, but if I'm gonna say one game, it's gonna be Halo 3. That's the best game that I've ever played. Yeah, Halo 3, the best game that I've ever played.
I really like ODST. I think ODST was a really fun time. I played that late at night with my cousin. We just played through the whole campaign together.
Yeah.
ODST was definitely different at this time.
Yeah.
It was a really spicy take on co-op games, and like they somehow managed to put it in a good way for all the players to really experience what it's like to not play this ultimate Spartan, to play the more Marines, the casual players, and it was obviously fresh, super
Yeah.
fresh.
Yeah.
You got the DLC free for Halo 3 with it, though. I remember it gave you all the map packs for Halo 3 if you bought ODST.
It did.
It was a second. I swear there was a second disc with it where it gave you all the map packs for Halo 3.
Yeah, I can't remember that, but I played so much Halo 3. As soon as a map came out, I just bought it through the Xbox through Microsoft Store.
Microsoft points back in the day.
Do you guys,
Microsoft points,
Before
yeah.
Bitcoin existed, Microsoft points.
do you
Yeah,
guys remember
exactly.
some of like the first online games you started playing?
Oh,
Halo 2.
Yeah, I think mine was a Halo game. I think mine was Halo 3. Was like the first one I played online.
Yeah.
I remember because Halo 2 was on the first Xbox One, that big, bulky black box.
Yeah.
And I remember back then when they added Xbox Live, it was new, you know. And back then, internet. This is 2000. What are we talking? 2006.
Yeah, it was 5 or 6.
2005. Yeah. And then internet, at least for us, was still like a little bit nice. Like internet, pretty cool. But the fact that you could play on the console with your friends online, I remember trying to convince my dad that everything on the internet, like if you would buy something with your credit card or whatnot, that it wasn't a scam. But because I wanted Xbox Live to play on the first Xbox with my friends, it was a little bit more complicated because you had to send in your credit card's information directly to Microsoft, and then they would send you back a voucher that you would have to fill in. And I just remember trying to convince my father to put in his credit card numbers,
Oh
but
my
obviously
God.
he was scared to shits because he was like, these people, they're gonna take my money. We're gonna go broke. We're not gonna have any food. And I was like, yeah, but it's like fine. I believe, because I know that my friend had already bought it like a day or two before, and I was like, hey, it's fine. He's like done it, and then he eventually gave in, and
I bet
I
that night he was
remember-
shitting himself. Like, fuck, my house is gonna be taken tomorrow.
Like he's got like flashlights pointed out his window. He's like, I gotta fucking stay on alert right now. You know?
yeah. He was so like paranoid that they would steal, but that's fair enough. You know, everything was so new.
Oh yeah.
Obviously they're gonna be like, oh, this is some video game. It's not anything serious. They might just fucking take my credit card and use it, you know. But the thing that got me through it was that he made me sit through and read the contract, whole contract from page 1 to the last page, to tell him to
And
summarize
that's the day I
it for him.
became a lawyer. Like,
Yeah, very much. But that's the only way I would convince him, was to read the contract. And you know how it is, sitting there on the old Xbox with that fat controller and just scrolling through, being like, I don't remember, I was like 13, 14 maybe. Just scrolling, reading everything is in English. I read all of it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have bought Xbox Live for me.
That's dedication to the cause. That is.
Yeah, but I mean, it was either that or play fucking online, offline, and yeah. And I was like reading through it, and then he came and I summarized the fucking contract that no one reads today. Everyone just agreed.
I guarantee he was holding over that credit card like this, like fucking shaking, like
you're like the bone clanking, you know, like the jitters.
But yeah, then he gave in, and then I got to play Halo 2 and start my gaming career for real. So it was nice. So Halo 2 was the first game.
Do you remember with the Xbox 360, you had to buy, I don't know if it was the same for American consoles, but you had to buy the fucking adapter that went on the back of the console to connect wireless. I don't know if you guys had it. Does anyone remember this, or just me?
I do, but here's the thing. So my dad knew a guy who was electrician and IT dude, and before they even released his wireless dongle, he had the guy set up wireless, so I didn't have to use
oh, you lucky
use the thing. Yeah,
That's
dude,
fucking awesome.
It was amazing. it was like luxurious, you know, because you didn't have to drag a whole cable through the whole house to the modem or whatever fuck it was back then. So he managed to set up a wireless one before they released the wireless dongle, and it was like a D-Link switch router.
Oh, one of those
something.
things.
Yeah, like with the card and all that, and it just before they even released it. So that was honestly nice, you know, not having to care about the cable going through the house.
No, or even the wireless one. Like, I think for the Xbox one, it was like £50 or something back in the day. It was fucking expensive, and then you had to pay for the online. It was like,
yeah,
it's ridiculous, man.
You still have to pay for online, but back then it felt dumb. But somehow Microsoft came through anyway, because PlayStation. I never owned a PlayStation, so I cannot speak for them how that online feature was. I think PlayStation online
free.
It was free, and then does it cost today?
Yeah, they started pushing. They started pushing the subscription
PS4
fee whenever PS4 came out.
Yeah.
I remember because I had the 3, and that was the only reason I could play online is because it was free, and my parents were poor, you know. So I just always played BO1 lobbies a lot. That was the thing I mostly
You didn't
played.
have party chat though, did you? For PlayStation, there was no party chat feature.
They did. I could be wrong. I think they added it later. I think for a while, maybe there was party chat that you couldn't have while playing the game. I could be wrong about that. I think
it was all game chat, wasn't it?
I think it was mostly game chat, and then later on, about I have no clue when, but they did add simultaneous like game and party chat. You know.
Yeah. I missed right, Phrillo. Did you ever used to play like Modern Warfare 2 on Xbox?
Yeah. I mean,
do you remember the lobbies that would purposely put you in game chat? I want that to be like brought back as a thing. Because if you were in a party, it would then be like, oh, you have to go to game chat. Like,
oh yeah.
Do you remember?
No, but now when you mentioned that, it forced you to go into the thing.
Bring that back. That was great.
What other game had that? It was like a very, very popular game. I remember that.
It wasn't Gears of War or anything, was it? Or something like that.
I think it might have been Army of Two.
Yo, Army of Two and 40th Day. Those are 2 really good games.
They are the best.
Yeah.
Top tier co-op games.
Dude, we need more like solid co-op games. You know, like fucking. What is it? The one that got an award not too long ago. It's made by the same people who made A Way Out. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, was it the one where it's like the boyfriend and girlfriend?
Yeah,
thing?
I can't remember what it is.
Two of us.
It Takes Two, isn't it?
It Takes Two.
It Takes Two.
It's fun. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, it was quite funny because it's actually a Swedish developer that made A Way Out, and It Takes Two, and after A Way Out exploded, because that is, if you guys haven't played the game, you should actually play it together on stream.
I have. It's really good.
You have. Don't play it with someone who have not played it.
Yeah.
I remember playing it with missus, and it's like
dude, that's like some. There are parts where I almost teared up in that game. Like. That's a really without spoiling, it's like a really like emotionally gripping story.
Extremely. You're gonna be hooked on that, and I remember playing it with the missus, and it's
It Takes Two or Way Out.
I prefer A Way Out because with It Takes Two, I played as the dad, and I kind of hated the things that they gave the dad because. I looked over at like what the mom would get. There were like all these fun stuff. There's like a moment where it's like Mortal Kombat with squirrels, but I had to fly a plane. I never got to do the Mortal Kombat, right? Like that kind of pissed me off. But in A Way Out, there's a lot more like balanced mini games and stuff.
Yeah. But it was quite recent, and I remember that because of the Mortal Kombat part, we had to change controller because we kept on dying.
That's so
because
funny.
I was also playing that, so she had to fly the plane instead of me.
A Way Out has one of my favorite clips on my stream. I was playing with Kyle, and this isn't really a spoiler, it's just something that happens in game. There's a moment where one of the characters has to like jump off a cliff and the other one has to like press a button to save them. So I was the one who had to press the button to save Kyle, and it just like the game slows down. It gives you so much time to do it, and I didn't do it. You hear me fucking wheezing as he falls into the fucking abyss. You just hear Kyle say, "You son of a bitch." It's
Yeah,
so
oh my
fucking
god.
funny.
Breaking friendships, huh?
It's so good, dude. We need more stuff like that. Like the new Lego Star Wars came out, and honestly, I don't really like it as much as like the complete saga and stuff like that, because you have to. It's so stupid. I hope they make it so you don't have to do this. But every time you go into a new area, both of the players have to click yes to go to the new area, and that breaks up the game flow so much, because you could be in a level for 2 minutes and then go to the next. So it's like every couple of fucking minutes you have to like wait for both of you to press the same button, and it's like, okay, you're just making it tedious at this point. Like, come the fuck on, dude.
Yeah, but I mean the Lego games in general are also super good cope. It's very casual, you know.
Yeah,
I really like
I
like the Indiana Jones
casual
one.
Yeah, super good.
If you haven't played through most of those, if anyone out there ever wants like a game to play with like your girlfriend or your family member or whatever, I highly recommend the Lego games, because they are very good.
The only other problem I've ever had with Sweden, right? And hear me out on this one. Yeah, I know. Calm down. Does anyone remember a game called Lollipop Chainsaw?
Yeah, what about it? I never played it.
So basically, right, I bought a copy of the game. I actually never played the game. I bought it and I never played it. But it was like the Swedish version. And do you remember you used to be able to go into like GameStop or whatever? You could trade in your games for like store credit and buy another game. They refused to take that copy because it was the Swedish version of the game. And like, I was like, I bought it from here. Went, yeah, we sell it, but we can't actually take it back in. I'm like, that's fucking stupid. Like, what the fuck, Sweden?
Yeah, but I mean, that's like weird. Shouldn't there be multiple languages in a game?
No, it's just the Swedish box cover. It's not even like the Swedish. I don't even know. Like, I think the game might have had different versions because of like how sexualized it was, but like it was just the Swedish version of it.
No,
so
I'll be honest. If that would have happened to me, I definitely would have held a grudge against Sweden. That's just the truth.
I'm not blaming you guys. You wanna see this school girl in the school outfit, and you wanna understand what's going on.
Yeah, dude. I play Lollipop Chainsaw for the story. Okay, come on.
Yeah, for the plot.
I play Dead or Alive for the plot. All right, I want to see the relationship of these women grow. Okay.
Can you? Phrillo, I was going to ask you. Can you tell your PewDiePie story that you told me when I was streaming once?
Yeah. So there is back then it was a number called the Swedish number, and then by calling this number, you would get connected to a random Swede anywhere in Sweden. It was completely random, and
it was a social experiment, wasn't it, or something?
I think so. And you could then call this number, and then obviously you wouldn't come to just any Swede, any household. You had to sign up for this number to receive call from people from other countries. And me being the Mr. Worldwide that I am, obviously I signed up right away. I think I was like the 100 of people, 100 person who signed up for this number, and I think they had like 15 or 20,000 people who signed up to.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah, like I think we were like 20,000 receivers like that could get the call. And I would get calls day in and day out. People would call me in like middle of night, and I would be like, "Hello, welcome to Sweden," because you would see the number, and they could call in and ask something about Sweden or whatever, you know.
You became an ambassador for Sweden, basically.
Practically. And then obviously I think this went on for like 2 weeks or a week. I don't really remember too much about the time limit, but anyhow, I signed up. I got a lot of calls, and then one day I remember I was spending time with a family member, and I'm like getting this call, you know, yeah, welcome to Sweden. How are you? And then on the other phone, I just heard a guy start talking, and he was like, yeah. So and then I asked him where you're from. I'm from Sweden, they say. And then I asked him, do you want to speak Swedish then? No. Well, where do you live? I live in the UK. And then I was like, okay, well, no issue. I can speak English, even though we both speak Swedish. That's fine. And then he like vaguely started asking a little bit about IKEA, I think, and then he asked about YouTube, and then at one point he just said, "Have you heard about the guy PewDiePie?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've heard about PewDiePie," and then he told me, "You sound just like PewDiePie." And the thing that I tell him is that, all right, I'm not gonna take that as a compliment, but thanks for asking. Like, yeah, I was like, I wasn't a fan of PewDiePie, and I was like, when he said you sound like PewDiePie, I'm like, well, that sucks. I don't want to sound like PewDiePie very much. I was mocking him in the way, but at this time I had no idea. Okay. And he was like asking me, but like why is that like a bad thing? He asked me, and I was like, I just don't want to sound like PewDiePie very much. And I could like low-key hear that he got a little bit hectic about that answer. And then he like proceed to ask about PewDiePie and the thing, and then after talking a little bit about YouTube, about PewDiePie, and so on, then it just clicked for me, because then I heard it was PewDiePie himself, and it was yeah. I got like kind of shocked from it, because I realized it was PewDiePie that I was talking to, and I literally just mocked the guy for his fucking voice a few minutes earlier. And then and then we were like talking a bit, and he asked me to do his like the PewDiePie's like the thing he does when he starts his like video. What is your best PewDiePie impression? And my brain didn't really click, because the thing he does, he goes, "My name is PewDiePie,"
Yeah.
But all I could think about was when he's playing games and swearing in Swedish. So I start just yelling swear words in Swedish. and my family are just a bit away, just standing there looking at me like, "What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Yelling in the phone like that?" And then I just said, "Yeah, well, I mean, cool, dude. Like that's this is like gonna be a event thingy and whatnot." And we were like talking a little bit back and forward, and then he just kind of sat by and hang up, and I was like still like in shock. I just spoke to the biggest YouTuber on the planet. And I mocked him.
That is so fucking funny.
That I cannot take a compliment if I sound like PewDiePie. I'm like disagreeing on something like him.
Are you a fan of him now, or do you still hate him?
Nah, I don't hate him, but I'm not. I'm not.
You don't
I'm
watch
not,
him.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm sub to him. I don't really watch him that much anymore, though.
I've been watching his Japan vlogs, because obviously he's moved there recently.
Yeah.
So I've been watching his vlog stuff. It's kind of interesting.
Peak
like how
PewDiePie,
Japan
in my
works.
opinion, was like 2018. Whenever he was ripping off Filthy Frank, that was some of my favorite shit. Where he did like the video where like I can't remember what it was. No, I'm talking about the one where he tries to get the most disliked YouTube video. And I think for the longest time, whenever dislikes were still on YouTube, that was like the second or third most disliked YouTube video. because I
Crazy
think it
how
was
much power and influence you can have, eh? Do you know what I mean?
yeah, he was just like screaming and fucking riding his little automated like horse or whatever, and he was just fucking going through the streets of the UK and just fucking screaming at people with no shirt on. I'm like, dude, this is peak
He
YouTube.
lived in Brighton
Yeah.
originally, which wasn't too far from
UK,
me.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brighton's a town by like the seaside. Like it's very popular for like tourists and stuff to go there, or even like English people that live around London or like Surrey and stuff, areas like that. They'll go to like Brighton for the day. It's quite nice
Yeah.
in Brighton. It's like the gay capital of like England, essentially.
The gay capital.
Yeah,
no wonder why.
listen,
No wonder
you-
why PewDiePie lived there then. Gay boy. TOS Castle. No,
Yeah.
look,
Sorry.
Cut that!
just to be clear, I have nothing against gay people. Everyone should be able to love whoever they want.
Apart from PewDiePie, because Phrillo.
Apart from PewDiePie, dude. Fuck that man.
Fuck PewDiePie. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Yeah.
If you go to Brighton though, it's full of a lot of like drag queens and like men dressed up as women and like vice versa. It's just a very like
That's
LGBT place. No, it's a really cool place to go to.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's good that they have like at least like a known hub, like where you can go to meet other people of similar interests.
I remember when my girlfriend went to Brighton with a friend of hers, and
did she come back gay?
No.
You're like, unfortunately, no. She's still here. So.
There was actually do you know the Church of Scientology?
Yeah. Tom Cruise.
They were having a sign up thing there, and her and her friend applied to it because they were drunk, and they were like, "Fuck it, let's do this." And they had like a personality test and stuff for Scientology, and like they went and did it. They just came back with some bullshit thing on a paper, like, "You're this, this, and this. Give us £5,000 and we'll like let you in." It's fucking stupid. But yeah, that's
so
right,
dumb, dude.
Oh my god. But
you
yeah,
love
I mean,
Scientology.
Yeah. But yeah, Pewds is, he is who he is, and obviously an icon of Sweden in that sense because everyone fucking know who he is, pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I know that guy is Swedish. IKEA meatballs, and then ABBA on top of that, and then Volvo. It's like, yeah. It's like a combo.
I see where you're coming from and how like maybe it could also influence you to not be that big of a fan because he's Swedish, right? Because like,
turn around and be like,
if
"Oh,
everyone,
do you know PewDiePie?"
if everyone
Something
like
stupid
watches
that.
your stream or something, like new people come in, they're like, "Oh my god, do you know PewDiePie?" And you're like, "Yeah, I know who he is. Why wouldn't I know?" Like,
I would have not disliked PewDiePie, but I actually have a solid reason to dislike him. He actually did a little fucking dirty one back where it was like a water foundation water charity for the people who didn't have clean water, and he would then like use his viewers' money. Like he would ask the viewers to donate to the charity, and he would take the credits without donating anything himself. So that was the time that I lost the respect for him, because he didn't care about the charity. He took the credits for the people who actually gave something. So people praised him for being, "Oh, you're so generous, amazing celebrity," and all that, even though he didn't really do anything. Like,
it
obviously
wasn't his money.
Yeah. So he took credit for being like donating the money. Obviously, it's like nice that he set up a charity and people donated to it, but then you should give the credit to the people who are due,
Yeah.
And you should not tell people like, "Yeah, I fucking donated 10 million euros to this charity," when it was his viewers. Like,
oh fuck.
No.
Yeah,
and
you gotta give credit where credit's due,
Exactly, and that was the point when I was like, "Nah, dude, fuck this guy. He's just another bullshitter in this world, pretty much."
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't hate it because it's Swedish and people keep on talking to me about PewDiePie. I don't care. They can ask and I'll happily answer. No worries.
No worries.
Do you like
Yeah.
IKEA? Are you a
For
fan?
fuck's sake.
I love IKEA. I love IKEA.
Who doesn't, though?
Does
with my
IKEA?
heart.
This might be a really stupid question, but
Oh,
does
it's gonna be
go on.
stupid.
does
whatever it is, it's gonna be stupid.
IKEA have meatballs?
Yes, IKEA have
Okay.
meatballs in all locations,
had
including
no
the ones
clue.
outside of Sweden. So
'Cause,
if
yeah,
you go,
I've never
if you
been
go
to an
to
IKEA, so
oh my god, you should. You should.
I
It's-
haven't either.
Well, I'm just gonna end the call here.
like I gotta go. I gotta go.
I gotta go now.
No, my girlfriend
Uh,
talks about it all the time because she's gone like so many times. She's like, "Oh, have you ever been to IKEA?" But like, why would I go to a furniture store to go look at stuff that I'm?
Well,
not
yeah,
going to
I
buy?
heard it's like comparatively like a candy store to a kid as like a candy store to an adult. You know,
Yes,
just like a fucking
yes.
wonderland.
You'll find everything in IKEA, and you'll find like the represented cheap parts. I think that all the furniture that I have now in my apartment, they are IKEA.
When I
all of
find my
them.
dad in there.
Huh?
Do they sell
Yeah,
dads in
like-
IKEA?
I have my sofa, the table that my computer is on, the
Yeah.
living room table. The kitchen is from IKEA. My kitchen table, my kitchen chairs, my clothes hangers, my laundry bags, the fucking cabinets in my bathroom. Everything is from IKEA. Like
What the
It just-
fuck?
it just-
This is a
it's-
world
That's fucking awesome.
I've never seen before. I feel like this is actually going to change my life if I actually step into one, and my credit card's life as well. But
yeah. I mean, even this cloth hanger here on the right, that is also IKEA. So it's wait, the clock too there. That's also IKEA.
He's like, this shirt. You see this shirt? I got it from IKEA. All right.
IKEA.
I built my PC inside IKEA, so like,
It's
With it.
honestly you'll find everything you need for like living, and it's always good price compared to other furniture stores. So I understand
Oh.
why people use it. It's nice value for your money. So I
And
mean,
then
if you guys
And then there's me. That's like charity shop, fucking charity shop.
yeah,
all
I
of this.
got the desk I'm using from like some old lady, and my grandmother lied and said I needed it for college, so we got it for $20.
Oh my god.
I mean that just business at this point. you know,
Yeah,
that's
Honestly,
just
dude,
business.
she's a hustler. You know what I'm saying? I respect it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
but
God.
guys, definitely, hey, go visit IKEA, get their meatball with potato and lingonberries and brown sauce. Hey, it's
need
a
to see
must
where-
experience, just like
where's
just
the
like the
nearest
Surstromming. It's a
IKEA?
bucket list.
I was about to say, do they sell Surstromming in fucking IKEA? God damn it.
Where's
No,
the
because-
closest IKEA?
They
Oh,
would
for fuck's
they
sake.
would go bankrupt selling Surstromming because it's so expensive, and IKEA is known for its value for the money. A Surstromming is not value for your money.
It's not value for your stomach neither, it sounds.
I don't know, but yeah, it's IKEA. I love IKEA. Always will love IKEA. The man behind it, Ingvar Kamprad, he did a lot of great things for this world. So
Yeah.
go IKEA.
So it doesn't like PewDiePie, but IKEA, yep, top of the fucking list, boys.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, IKEA, the best. To be honest.
Oh my god. We don't I'm trying to think what's like the English like equivalent, but we don't really have one. Like it is just IKEA or
Yeah.
probably fucking Argos, but that's a whole different fucking store.
What's that?
Argos is like they have like catalog books inside the store, and they'll have like code numbers. So then you type in, it gives you a little receipt. You give it to the person you paid for it, and they literally like they have like a warehouse out the back, and they'll just give you like, but they have like everything, but it's like stupidly priced, like really expensive stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but most of the stuff now, like you just get from Amazon. Do you know what I mean? You don't even go to Argos anymore, really,
Yeah.
unless you're like reselling consoles. Then yeah, there you go. That's the only reason you go to Argos.
Yeah, but that's like the thing. We don't. So they haven't got Amazon to Sweden yet. They have Amazon in Sweden, like Amazon.se.
Yeah.
But you are ordering ordering the items from other countries. So it's
Oh,
not
so like
like
distribution center kind of.
yeah. It's not like in Sweden yet. So we've been without Amazon, even though we're a very high technology country. I don't know why it took so long. I think Jeff Bezos we're gonna get taxed if he put his shit here, and obviously he would delay it. He doesn't want to get taxed.
There's loads of Amazon centers in the UK. Like, there's so many of them.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's like they've always got jobs though, but their like turnover rate for employees is really high because they'll just like hire a bunch of people for like a few months and then fire them and then just bring in a whole new load of people.
Yeah.
It's weird how it works. There was like a documentary in the UK about like the working conditions.
So that's
like,
pretty suspicious.
no, there was a whole documentary that exposed all of it, like where people couldn't even take bathroom breaks because they would get in trouble for like time schedules and all this shit. It's like insane.
I mean, isn't Jeff Bezos just running legal slavery at this point? Let's fucking
Pretty
be
much.
honest here.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
no, I don't like Jeff Bezos either. Like the way he runs his company, like
Yeah, it's quite scummy. It's literally modern slavery at this point in
But
my,
I mean, also
in my opinion.
he's definitely a villain. I mean, have you heard his laugh?
oh yeah,
The Jeff Bezos laugh. Hold on.
Yeah.
I need to search up evil
he
Jeff Bezos.
is
laugh.
just like a James Bond villain. Like my friend reckons Elon Musk is just a James Bond villain waiting to happen. Like there's something like suspicious about all these people.
Yeah, but to be honest, I think Elon Musk though on the other hand, surely he have also done some shady shit.
Yeah.
But the least out of all the billionaires, I think, like the least shady shit, because he wants to, he wants to make the world a better place in a sense, but also want to be rich at the same time. Jeff Bezos just want to be rich with the rest of the billionaires out there.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
It's
this is. I
fucking
found
laugh.
it. I found it.
Really.
That's the laugh of an evil man. I don't care
No,
what you say.
That's
That
a
is
laugh you hear
evil.
when all the lights are off in your house.
Yeah, no, that's bad. All right.
I feel like because if you Google Jeff Bezos laugh, when he was less wealthy, he laughed different.
Oh yeah, I've seen
from
this.
what he does now.
Yeah, it's
His laugh
weird.
changed
That's so
after he
funny.
got rich.
Tell you, man, he's a villain. All right, he's just got that
100%.
villain laugh. You know.
Yeah, 100%. So it's gonna be him against Elon at some point.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
YouTuber
mean,
boxing match.
I love
Dude, that
Elon
would've been wild.
based solely on that episode of was it If You Laugh You Lose with the PewDiePie video where he was just laughing. There was a meme, and I think it was like my deer is broke, or my dolphin is broken, and it was just a dead deer at the
God.
bottom of a pool, and he was
Yeah.
just fucking wheezing at it, dude. It was so funny.
That's dark. Fucking hell.
It was wasn't he him and Justin Roland
Yeah.
from Rick and Morty?
Yeah, dude, I
Yeah.
fucking love Justin, man. Have you guys
He's
played? Have you played? What's it called? Trevor Saves the Universe.
Oh, isn't it one of the
No.
games that they made?
Oh, you gotta
Like,
play
ages
it.
ago.
Yeah, you can play it in VR, but I think it's not VR required. I highly recommend Trevor Saves the Universe. He also announced on the Xbox Showcase
Yeah,
a
it's
new
one they're making.
a new first-person shooter one, which looks really cool. His knife had like a face on it or something, and I think it was screaming while he was stabbing someone. So
God.
I'm
shit.
very excited.
Oh god, see if webcam frozen again.
Because
Oh,
I absolutely love Rick and Morty, dude. That's like one
Yeah.
of my favorite shows.
I'm
you
still
know?
waiting for the newest season to come out.
Yeah. Did you watch season 5?
Yeah, I watched the first part of it, but we don't have it yet in the
Yeah.
in
The
UK,
first
like, the
half
second part.
is decent, but the second half is where it gets like really good. Like,
Yeah, you can
I
see
really
like
the
Rick's
second half.
character. You can see like the way that Rick's character is just like developed, and it's like such weird for like a show like that. They actually develop the characters along
Yeah.
the way, and it's not just like stagnant.
Well, that's something
I
I
mean?
also like about Smiling Friends is that there are some episodes just solely based on character development, and it's a funny fucking show too. Like There's a lot of weird shit that happens in it. I mean, there's one episode based solely on them doing like medieval adventure quests, and then Pym like gets really jealous and kills a guy because he gets jealous of Charlie and shit. And there's
God.
one episode where it's titled "Charlie Dies and Never Comes Back," and he like goes to hell, and he has to cheer up Satan because Satan wants to like quit being the devil.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. I love that show.
There he is. He's back again.
Sorry
That's
about
alright,
that.
mate.
I don't know why it crashes every time I just go to search on something on Google. I was gonna search for Trevor Saves, but it just crashed.
whenever we get off this call, I highly recommend. It's called Trover Saves You. I'll put it in the Discord if you guys want to look it up. It's wonderful.
Thanks,
I was gonna say, Phrillo, you play. What sort of shows do you watch then at the moment, or are you like not really into Netflix and all this kind of shit?
So I barely have time to watch series if I'm gonna be honest. Like the free time that I get, I try to stream or just catch up with friends.
Yeah.
But the one that I've been watching a lot, The Office. The Office always hits the right
Which
spot.
one though?
The US one, not the
thank
UK
God.
one.
Yeah, good, because the UK one, I get a lot of stick for it. Everyone's like, "Oh, how can you not like the UK one, man?" I'm like, bro, the US one was just a lot funnier. Like the UK one's just really like
I
dry.
heard the UK one's not really that good.
No, it's not. I don't like it, even though I love Ricky Gervais, but like I just didn't like it.
But the UK one is the OG.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's the original. And then I think Ricky Gervais let Steve Carell like make the American one.
Yeah.
The Office, I'm not like super into it, but it's like one of those shows I really like to watch clips of,
Yeah,
because
there are funny segments in the show.
like,
there's a lot that hasn't.
There's segments of The Office that are funny as fuck. Recently I started watching Whose Line Is It Anyways?
Oh, you started watching that?
Yeah, I started watching that. I love it, dude. It's so funny. There's like,
it's a good show.
There's one where they have to like do the skit, but they have to do the skit while laying down on the ground with a camera pointed down at them. So they like drew out this little bedroom area, and they have to like crawl around each other to look like they're walking around in the skit. It's so funny.
It's like improv comedy, but it's actually like good.
Yeah, well, that's my favorite kind of comedy. That's why like I like to be really loose in my comedy, because it's just like even when me, you, and Joker were sitting playing around fucking Fortnite, like I just like to say shit. I really like to just bounce off of people, and like I have really like random. Like, someone will say something, and I'll say something that sounds similar to it, and then I just go off on a fucking tangent about it, Like, I just love that shit. Improv is amazing, and I want to learn how to be really good at it,
Yeah. Nice. You should. Try it, dude.
I want to see the CoolAce comedy store one day. It just goes up on stage and goes, "You're all fucking losers."
You all fucking suck. I stole your money, and then I just run.
Oh my god.
What are you currently streaming at the moment, Phrillo, then? Like, what are the games?
Currently streaming Project Zomboy and Card Shark Card, or whatever the fuck it's called. Card Shark is like you're experiencing the 1700 French
Oh
era.
yeah, I saw you play it. You were counting the cards, and I did not know what was going on because I tuned it at a different time.
It's quite nice actually, because you're learning tricks that people actually use in the real world. But yeah, those are the ones that I've been mainly focusing on, and I do play off stream. I do play a lot of Apex currently.
Oh wow!
But yeah, it's
never get into Apex. Everyone knows my opinion on Apex. So I just can't. The game changed so much when it first came out. I just don't want to put myself.
Whenever the game first came out on consoles, I played it until I got a win, and then I never touched it again. I got a
like
single
it,
win,
actually.
and then I was like, I'm sorry, dude. This is my peak, and I'm never gonna beat this. You know?
The thing is that I liked about Apex is that it went through like a massive hype because it was trying to rival Fortnite and PUBG at the time, and then it just declined. And then all of a sudden, like they literally just turned it around and like made it so consistent, where like their player base is like really high now. So I'm quite like
Yeah,
happy that they managed to do
I
that.
jump in on it every now and then because my friend Ghost he plays it a lot, so occasionally I jump in with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn. What's like the plans for the future then, Phrillo, for you in streaming, man? Have you got any hopes and dreams?
Yeah, probably my deepest dream would be become a full time philanthropist and
Philanthropist.
get that running through streaming, just solely through streaming, becoming big on Twitch and focusing on charity and philanthropy. I want to start my own foundation and hopefully give something back to this world.
What would it be though? The charity.
So I've actually started setting it up. I've been planning it for a few years because I'm a philanthropist, like a hobby philanthropist. So I do a lot about the charity work. It's gonna be focusing on people who don't have the means and the conditions to start playing games, because playing games is a joy in life, it's entertainment.
Yeah.
And I feel like everyone should be able to enjoy it. So I think I want to focus a lot of on disabilities, making it more available for people with disabilities. Try to go together with developers and game studios and make games that would suit everyone, even if you're blind, deaf, cerebral palsy, and all that. I want everyone to be able to experience the thing that we can experience and enjoy.
That's cool.
That's what I really like about Xbox. I personally don't like own an Xbox because I have a PC. That's just the way
all
I
about
see
their
it, but
modded control.
yeah, no, I think that's fucking
thing's
awesome, dude.
Yeah,
I think
love
I'm
that.
so happy that they have that, because that just gives so many more people like a lot more accessibility to do things, you know.
Exactly, and that's kind of that's the thing that I aim for the future. I wanna help the ones so everyone can have a good fucking life, because most of the time life is crippling, depressing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
no, it's shit, you know. So
I mean, we have we who have functioning bodies, you know, we are still sad as shit. So you can just imagine how people who have less than us, you know. So
it's also as well because like some people that are like paralyzed from the neck down, like some of these people got the the breathing tubes and they can play with like their chin and mouth movement and stuff. I looked up the cost of that stuff. It's so fucking expensive. Like if someone wanted to like carry on playing games, or they had like an accident when they were playing games and now they can't, like I feel like they should have some sort of funding where they can go and do that. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that should be a fair opportunity.
And that's kind of the thing that I would aim for. I would give people with disabilities a cheaper way of playing games, because they're gonna need way more equipment than your average gamer.
Yeah.
And I think making it more accessible and cheaper for people, and as well as being able, like if I would do charity, I would probably getting donations, and these donations would go towards giving out like equipment in the beginning for people, and then if it would reach far enough, I would probably start developing, like make prototypes of things that would be suitable for everyone, like blind people to no arms and legs and all that. So that's my current stream goal. Get big on Twitch, use it to all the Twitch money to give to people who need it more than I do.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome, man.
Oh yeah,
that's fucking sweet.
We're trying. I mean, we can always try to make the world a better place, one step at a time, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all the small steps before the big one, you know.
Exactly. That's what matter. What do you guys have as goals? If I also can ask you guys questions, what is your goal, Zach?
I'm scared now. Well, I'm not used to being asked questions.
Well,
Questions were these? No,
reverse.
like, oh, bro, like the whole thing with me is like, right, okay, this is gonna sound really bad, but like, as an Englishman, British, born here, lived here, no one here likes working. We all fucking hate to work. Like the British attitude is terrible towards like having a job and stuff. It's like we hate working. But
Yeah.
like I believe in like being able to do what you want as a career and shit. So like I want to do like obviously content creating and stuff like that. That's why
Yeah.
we've set up this podcast and like, you know, social media platforms, Twitch and stuff. I would love to just like become partner on Twitch and just like absolutely just run with it and explode with it and have that be my like central focus because
Yeah.
I get a joy out of doing it. Whereas where I go to work, I fucking hate my life. Like I don't work a glamorous job. I work a minimal wage job that's like in customer service in food and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, this isn't what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like I haven't got a lot of grades like from school and that. I'm quite stupid. So it's
Nah,
like
man, nah.
no, but like there's not really in terms of career like a lot of hope for me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
but
like, you know,
I mean,
that's what I would like to do.
yeah, I mean that would be probably the best life. Find something you enjoy working with, and you'll never work a day in your life.
Exactly. So that's what the whole point is just me working towards is just having something that I want to do and that I'm passionate about, not something that someone else tells me to do. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
go
You being your own boss,
No,
deciding your own life.
I want to be the little devil here. All right, I love that quote.
what porn star?
No, work. Do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
I want to believe in that, but there's a lot of people who are like, that's not true. Like you still have to work. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah.
you gotta learn to love it, right?
The rent needs paying. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day.
But at the same time, surely it cannot be suitable for everyone because you in the world and society that we live in right now, it's very difficult to get to the point where you go to work with a smile. We live in the wrong era, but I think there's a lot of people out there who like the ones that can say that they love their job, they are loving it. But just as you said, Ace, you gotta learn to love it. You can't just do it.
Well,
you have to learn to love it.
At
Love
first,
doing it.
you'll love it anyways, right? But then as it goes on, you might like get burnt out or something, and you kind of need like a rekindling or something. You know, that's kind of what I'm going through right now because I've been streaming like pretty constantly for the past 3 years, and I'm not even averaging like double numbers, you know. So at this point, I'm just like kind of taking a step back from Twitch for a little bit, probably, and.
But your YouTube editing is good though.
Yeah. I mean, this whole is it called the Degenerates?
Yeah.
I mean, that thing like just getting people in. This is content, you know. You're listening to people and their stories and all that, and you're sharing it to others, so maybe they can get motivated and they see that, wow, okay, that person is similar to me. This is something I'm interested in, and then you release more episodes, you get more experience from a lot of different people, and eventually you're gonna be able to puzzle it together and find the right way of doing things like YouTube or Twitch or whatever it is. But yeah, Ace, what's your future goal?
Honestly, if I could do it, I'd like to be a stand-up, but I don't know, man.
Is it like a stage fright and stuff?
Well, I think it's mostly just because I feel like stand-up is more akin to people making their own jokes, and I wouldn't say I like to steal jokes, but I'm better when it comes to like, say, a Twitch chat, and I can like bounce off it easier. That's why I like to take my VODs and then edit it into a YouTube video, because I think that's where I'm the funniest, because I feel like I'm just with my friends and we're just fucking like freeballing jokes, you know, like I love that shit.
Exactly.
I think that's where I'm my funniest, is when I'm just like fucking kind of heckling my friends, you know.
Yeah, when you're literally improvising everything. You're not having a script, nothing. You just improvise, and that's what you
Yeah.
wanted to do. And then you take the like out of that x amount of improv that you do during a full stream, you take the golden bits and you make it into something yummy.
Yeah. But that's why I really like taking stream bots and stuff too, you know, because like with that fucking bully video, I mean, sure, it takes a long time. I scrolled through like 5 hours worth of footage and I got like a 6-minute video, you know, but that's
It's worth it.
Yeah, like I thought the video was funny as fuck. I honestly, dude, this was like the scaredest I've ever been to put out a YouTube video because I was getting near the end of making it and I'm like, is this really funny? Like
Everyone gets that through the editing
I
process. You get,
legitimately I got scared. I was like, I don't think this is funny and I feel like I'm wasting my time. That was
Not
that
everybody
was a thought
does
I
that though
had.
when editing. Trust me, that's like editors sort of thing. You get through editing it, you're like, oh, this is really good, really good, really good. You get to the end of it, you're like, is this even any good? And then you put it out and it gets well.
Well, this
received.
is
It's
like I've had that before a little bit, but this is like this was the worst that it's been. You know, this is like I was debating on just scrapping the whole video. I was like, I don't even know
I've
if
done
I
the
should
same,
put
man.
this out. You know, like even like with bits where I thought they maybe weren't that funny, like Phrillo, I put out a YouTube video of me playing bully, and there was one section that I didn't know people would even understand because I'm fighting a dude in the boxing gym in bully, and I'm like, this dude, you know, he reminds me of James from James and the Giant Peach, and then it cuts to a scene of a. Have you ever seen the movie James and the Giant Peach?
It
Oh,
might
it's a
be
very
called,
old film.
Yeah,
it might be called something else in Swedish.
yeah.
But possibly.
But like I cut that together and then I put the guy's face on James from James and the Giant Peach, and I was done with it, and that was like the happiest I've been with it. Then I'm not gonna hate on my girlfriend because it's not my fault she didn't understand it, but I showed it to her and she's like, I don't really understand that part, and I'm like, oh, should I cut that out of the video? But then part of me was like, nah, like that's another reason I like making YouTube videos is because I find like these really dumb like little things that no one knows about. Like in the Dark Souls video, I know I've talked about this in the podcast the past couple of episodes, but there's a moment where I was playing modded Dark Souls and I made it so that the Estus flasks were Mountain Dew. So one of my favorite memes ever that no one knows about, and I always have to show it to him, was this guy at a chili eating contest. And the interviewer asks, like, hey, what'd you think of the chili? And he's like, I ate some spicy chili. I had to drink a 2-liter Mountain Dew. And then that's like, that is one of my favorite clips ever. And I was able to put that in a YouTube video, and that made me like so happy. You know, like,
It's a little
Just-
bit in life, eh?
yeah. I mean, if other people don't understand it, and you get the joy from
yeah.
doing that, fucking keep on doing it. Who cares what other people think? If you like it, someone else is gonna like it too. It's just coming with time. It's just about the grind, you know. You start small, you go up. Post the stuff that you like, and the people who love the same stuff, they're gonna come.
Exactly.
That's just how it works.
Yeah. That's like, going back to your point about like the whole podcast thing, like also the reason why we set this up was because like you see all these big like podcasts on YouTube and stuff, and like they have all these big guests. I was like, but what about everybody else is like trying to like become streamers?
Everybody.
I was like, and everybody's interesting. Everyone's like their own like niche, and it's like so cool that we did this because we've spoken to like so many people.
But
from
yeah,
the
that's
episode
why
with
you
previous
don't
and, like, new
you don't
ones.
always need someone with like
Yeah.
1,000
bazillion-
plus followers type shit.
Yeah.
You don't
you
need
know,
like Swagger Souls and people like that.
like,
That have got
we
a
don't-
huge platform
we
to
don't
make it.
need shit like that. That's why I'm really glad that because it first started with Big Mac invited me on the podcast, and then I came on for an episode. We had a lot of fun. He's like, you should come on again sometime. And then I came on to the next episode, and then I just kind of stuck around. So
Can't shift him. He won't leave.
yeah, I'm still. He never invites me. I just kind of show up.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, that's like cool though. Like you guys, like just like the BigMacKaz found you, and you are now a part of his podcast, or
Oh, I didn't find him. It was through another friend of ours. We played on his stream together, and then we were like playing. What was it? We were playing other games together, and then
what did we start? So we first started playing Phaz, and then I think we played Warzone.
Yeah, with
and
Joker
that's
or something like that.
yeah, and then that's what kind of got me and you into gaming together a little more.
What was really funny though was like it must have been because we'd always joined through other people that were playing, and it was about last month. We've known each other a year and a half, maybe a little bit more. And like I just went, I don't actually have you on Steam because we went to play something together. It was like, hey, I don't actually even have you on Steam.
Yeah, no, a couple months ago we went to go play something together, and you're like, I don't have you on my friends list. I'm like, what?
Oh my god.
It was really funny. I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, you see, like that's how fast time goes. You're not even aware what's fucking happening.
Yeah,
exactly, bro.
But that's wholesome. You guys got a really fucking good thing going here, and you should not give up on it.
Well, that's why I like it so much, because I mean, I'm not gonna dog on other podcasts, but there's a lot of them where it's like it feels scripted, you know?
Yeah.
And it feels like there's like I love Hot Ones and stuff like that, but like they're always advertising something, you know?
Yeah.
There's always there's always a goal that they want to hit with that video or some shit. Like I like to think of the Degenerates as us just like chilling out. You know, like we're just a couple of dudes shooting shit and just seeing what comes out, you know?
Exactly. And you get all these people on here, like as you said, like we're still like everyone is still human and everyone have interesting life in their own ways. You don't have to be a 10 million viewer, Andy. You can be 15 and still be like the same quality in human, you know, as the one that's with 50 million, just that they got the flow going quicker. And like the more interesting people you like get on, the faster the growth is gonna be, and eventually you're gonna be up there with Hot Ones.
Yeah, hopefully. You never know. Like I like to think that we'd still have like smaller streamers on, because I feel like it's just a lot more interesting that way. Plus, like the amount of characters we've met, man, like, do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Like how many people.
I definitely imagine that we if we ever do like get more of a following on this channel, we'll be a lot more humble, because Big Mac has told me many times that he has invited people onto the podcast and they're like, what do I get out of it? And he's like, that's not the point of the podcast.
I mean, it's just the fact that someone wants to fucking interview you should be honored, especially if you're I'm like a no name. Just what do you have to lose? You get to sit down and just talk shit.
Yeah, it's just
have
chill,
a good time,
you know?
good vibes only. Why the fuck wouldn't you? Like, what do you get? You get a good.
That's what
moment
sucks.
With nice
you
people.
know, you try to. It's weird when you see these people behind the scenes. I'm going back to like in one of the first episodes that I was on this podcast, we talked about when I met Guy Fieri. Right? He was maybe he was having a bad day or something, but I met him at a meteor site. I saw him in the gift shop. I didn't say anything, and then I walked outside and asked him for a photo, and he's like, well, maybe you should have asked for one when we were in the gift shop. And I'm like, dude, you eat food for a living, all right? Like, what?
Yeah.
Why? Like
Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri would never be allowed on this podcast unless he publicly apologizes.
Never ever. Unless I get a public apology, he is not coming on this podcast.
If you don't know who Guy Fieri is, he's basically like a celebrity chef, isn't he?
I know.
Yeah,
Not
a lot of people know who Guy Fieri is with the flame t-shirt, the spiky haircut.
I didn't even want the picture for me. I wanted it for my, at the time, girlfriend's grandmother, because it was her birthday and she was a big fan of him. And she said no. So I was like, whatever, dude.
That's fucking sad. That's fucking sad.
But yeah, some people I've asked, like I've addressed this on the podcast before. Like I've asked certain people, and literally, as you said, Cause they're like, literally the first question will be like, how many viewers you getting? Like, you know, what's your subscriber count? I'm like, bro, are you really taking like? Some people have just said no because it's not their thing, and I completely respect that. But when you start asking like, oh, like as you said, Phrillo, like, oh, what do I get out of it? I'm like, bro, this isn't to fucking get something out of it. It's just to like hang out and like, you know, tell your story, or like, you know, we can just have a chat or whatever. But like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, bro, really? That's all you want?
Well,
is
that's
viewers?
why we
Like,
mostly have this podcast, is because I like to think of it as an excuse just to meet new people. You know, like that's
I mean,
really it.
It's like sort of like networking as well. You know, you don't know when this is gonna blow up, and then people are gonna see that you're not a fuckhead. You're just you're just a guy who want to have a good time, good vibes, and then they seek good vibes. It's that fucking simple. Like you don't have to expect to get anything out of it. Just a good fucking time.
Exactly, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's fucking great.
Yeah.
So, I love doing this shit, man. It's awesome.
No, it's great, dude.
Keep it up. I'll make sure to log into YouTube and sub as soon as I can. But I don't remember my password.
And you don't want to go right now because you really don't want to go try to figure it out on your web browser right now, because then that your webcam is just gonna shit the fucking bed again.
You're gonna just see me freezing like.
There was a couple of like nice freeze frames by the way. I didn't mention it, but they'll be in there. my busting face is gonna freeze again.
You're a Hago face.
Yeah.
The Wago, whatever it's called. I don't even know how to spell it. That half that
AHEGO, I think.
God. The more you know, eh?
The only reason I know is because I've used people's Twitch emotes that have that word in it, so that's
my Toe
reason.
emote has the Awego. I still believe that person put way too much detail in that Awego Toe emote. I fucking got it too.
But yeah, it's nice though. You guys, as I mentioned earlier, you guys have a good fucking thing going here. Keep it up. I mean, it's not a lost time, because eventually people will find you more and more, and you will get more subs, and your channel will grow.
Hopefully, yeah. We can hope so.
That's the goal.
Yeah. I fucking believe it.
Should we call it there then? I don't know how long we've been going for, by the way. I don't want to take up too much of your time for
an hour 26.
If you have any more question, I'll gladly.
Well, how do you feel about Amy Schumer?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Sorry, what?
How do you feel about Amy Schumer?
Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
Schumer.
How do you feel about Amy Schumer? How do you?
Who's
This is what I want. This is good. That's a good reaction. Okay. You might not think it is, but hey, I like that. All right.
Okay. All
you
right,
just got a Twitch follow. Okay.
Amy, do I have to explain who Amy Schumer is?
Yes.
Actually,
yeah. Do it now so I can give my opinion.
Amy Schumer is a female comedian, if you can call it that. That's famous in America for just being Amy Schumer, I guess. Chris, you're gonna have to tell him. Like, you know more about this.
Most of her jokes just consist of "I have a vagina," and that's about it.
And people find her funny? Or?
No, I don't know how she's famous. She's just kind of gotten here, and I'm like, all right, she's kind of there.
No, I have no fucking clue who that is.
Don't
probably for the best.
Don't look her up. Don't do it. Okay.
I thought about the what is it? Amy Schumer. I thought about the one that Johnny Depp was battling against.
Amber
Heard. Yeah.
Yo, did you guys see that she got fully cut out of Aquaman 2, or at least there's rumors of it. That she's been fully
recasted.
cut out, and recasted. I hope to God. Ezra Miller too, dude. Fucking, I don't care how much money it's gonna cost you to reshoot the Flash movie. Ezra Miller, this is gonna immediately like date this video, okay? But a news story just came out about how Ezra Miller has groomed a kid since they were 12. They are now 18, and Ezra Miller basically kidnapped them, and now the police can't find Ezra Miller. So I don't know how he's still hired by Warner Brothers, but he is.
It's the guy who plays the Flash. For anyone that doesn't know,
and he plays in the Harry Potter spinoff, I think.
I mean,
Fantastic Beasts, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't all fucking triple S actors, celebrities grouping children these days in Hollywood?
Pretty much.
It's fucked up.
But at least they're never like this public about it. You know, he was posting memes where like I think he deleted his Instagram, but one of the memes on it was "You can't catch me, I'm in another universe," and that was like a DC joke or some shit. And I'm like, dude, you're being really ballsy right now, huh?
Yeah, he's a messed up individual from some of the stuff I've read about that. That's like,
I'm sorry, they consider themselves non-binary, so I should be calling them, but I'm sorry, they kidnapped someone. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I am very open to LGBTQIA plus and shit like that. Like, I'll call you whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
If you're gonna terrorize the people of Hawaii and then kidnap a kid, I don't give a flying fuck what you identify as. I'm just gonna call you a piece of shit. All right, like that's
identifies garbage.
Yeah, like come on. What even is that, dude?
I still can't believe you had a trend on Twitter, CoolAce, of you trying to get... What was it? What day did you get up to of Amy Schumer trying to block you on Twitter?
Day 11. For 11 straight days on Twitter, I tweeted day blank of trying to get blocked by Amy Schumer. And I got up to like day 11 or 12, and I just gave up, dude. I was like, this is too much.
You posted a follow-up tweet, and it was you saying, "Sorry, I've been slacking, guys. I'll be sure to catch you." I'm trying to get Amy Schumer blocked. You have way too much time on your hands. Fuck.
People are like, "Why the fuck are you doing this?" I'm like, "Because I hate Amy Schumer." What do you mean?
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. You're going all in, huh?
Yeah, man.
He doesn't like Amy Schumer.
Dude, well, in the bully video, there's a section where I like cut out the video, and I'm like, "So here's your daily PSA or whatever," and it's just a clip of me saying "fuck Amy Schumer," and then it cuts back to the rest of the video. But I had to cut out like a solid 15 minutes from one of my stream VODs of me just hating on Amy Schumer.
How old are you, CoolAce?
23. I'm 23. All right. And I'm currently dedicating my life to hating Amy Schumer. All right.
Hey, that's a goal, though. A lot of people don't even have goals, man.
I have a goal in life right now.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. That's a bomb.
Oh fuck. All right. Well. I think that's it. Big Mac. I'll let you. I'll let you do this one.
No more questions.
No more questions. I don't know what to. I don't know how to put this. It's like. Oh man, fuck! You've got me stumped now. Shit. It's almost like I don't want to ask you like questions that could be like too personal or like.
What's your favorite color?
You know,
don't care. Green.
That was so quick. What?
He didn't even have to. I normally bounce between red or blue. So
yeah, I mean, I'm a man who knows what he likes and wants. So
hey, amen. You know,
he knows what he wants out of life.
Blondes or brunettes?
Lurk the questions, so it's fun. I'll answer whatever I feel comfortable with, which is a lot. You're gonna have to really fucking push the limits.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how gay are you?
For fuck's sake.
I'm very confident in my sexuality, but yeah, maybe like a 4.
Yeah, me too. I'm like a 3 or 4. Because there's some dudes. There are just some dudes where I look at them and I'm like, damn, you know. I don't want to fuck them, but
yeah, like... but like women and men can be attractive in their own fucking ways.
Yeah.
It is bi curious or whatever it is. Like you think someone else is attractive of the same sex, but you don't actually want to fuck them.
Yeah, It's like bi curious, bi flex, whatever fuck it's called. It's quite common. Bowflex.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. But
good
yeah, I
exercise,
would say
Rich.
three to four on the Gale scale.
Yeah, me too.
It's-
Me too.
Is this going to be a staple question now? We ask, like,
Yeah, we have to
fucking-
ask it every
how gay
podcast.
are you, like-
know?
Yeah, you should actually. How like either homosexual for the women and the men that comes on. You should ask them on a scale 1 to 10 if they're straight, and then if they are already gay or lesbian, you should ask them how straight are you on a scale of 1 to 10.
Fuck.
You should add that.
This is revolutionary.
Yeah,
God damn it.
that's actually nice.
We have to
That's
start
nice.
asking at the beginning of the podcast, so we know what kind of
Just make it
land we're
uncomfortable
on.
right
you
off the
know?
bat.
Yeah.
No, wait until the end so you
Yeah.
can ask a final one because
Well,
then
Doug,
you're gonna be more comfortable.
I've already fucked up a lot of my intros to people on here, okay? The last one I talked about how I changed my YouTube titles to be more clickbaity, and one of my YouTube videos is now called Koreans Scare Me. So like there's what are you going to do? You know?
Yeah, absolutely nothing. Just fucking ham it. Get the clickbait titles to go big.
Yeah, this
All
one,
in there.
Degenerates podcast, is Phrillo gay? Question.
No, we have to. Did you guys
Again.
Did you ever see that article about Bruno Mars? We have to word it like that. The article was called "Does Bruno Mars is Gay?" Okay, so now we're gonna have to call this episode "Does Phrillo is Gay?"
You should actually good title. Okay, is eating Surstromming gay? That's actually a good title.
That's
Is eating
brilliant. That's
Surstromming gay?
genius. That is
Oh,
4,000
That
IQ
is-
play.
Then you get the best of the
Yo,
both worlds.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, then we
We'd
get,
get
the
some
Swedish,
good
demographic
clickbait,
here.
all
That'd be
right?
great.
Is it gay to eat Surstromming in caps all over the fucking thing? And
We
then
just
you have
we
it.
just title it "Is Surstrumming Gay?" Like-
Yes. Fucking do it, dude. Do
Hell
it.
yeah.
I'm fucking down on that.
Oh,
But yeah.
fuck.
Amazing. Oh,
This was fucking nice though. Like guys, you really have a good fucking thing going here. I've said it multiple times, but yeah, this is actually fun. This is fun. You get to see what's fucking going on in people's heads. It's fucking Gucci.
Yeah, man.
More questions.
I think always had the best ones. I'm gonna like retract from like asking questions. The gay question, probably.
What is a
Okay.
video game character that you are most attracted to?
Jonna Dark
Who's that?
from Dark Zero. It was on Nintendo 64 and on the Xbox. Jonna Dark.
Oh, is it called Dark Zero there? Are you talking about Perfect Dark?
Perfect Dark. I'm
That's
sorry.
what I was thinking.
Perfect
So I was
Okay.
like, there's no game called that dot. I was like,
I had no
Jonna-
clue if it was named differently there or something. That's
Jonna
what I was
Dark
thinking.
from Perfect Dark. That's my childhood crush right there.
oh my god,
Mine is Eva from Metal Gear Solid 3.
damn.
She just
Eva.
has her boobies out the whole time. It's great.
Nice.
Oh. What's the woman from Metal Gear 5 called? The one that's a sniper.
What
What was her name?
Crying Wolf, Sniper Wolf,
What's the sniper wolf? I can't remember her name.
Sniper
But she was a
Wolf is one of the older characters.
If we're talking about the YouTuber Sniper Wolf, I was like, oh,
Sniper
please no.
Lady in MGS5. Quiet.
Is that literally her name?
Yes.
It's quiet.
Her name is Quiet.
G5. Oh,
That is the most fucking bullshit thing I've ever seen of a developer getting boobs in a video game. The only reason her tits are out, almost out, is because she has to use her skin to breathe. That is the
Yeah.
most bullshit excuse I've ever seen in my life to try to get boobs in a video game.
What the fuck? I mean,
God. Have you never played MG5, Phrillo? If you you might not go. It's like quite early on in the game. You get she turns up. You can get her as a companion.
yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think so because like Metal Gear Solid, you know, they're all on like Sony, and since they never had a PlayStation,
yeah.
it's kind of collided because I could not play them on the Xbox.
No, MG5 was actually on 360. I remember. 'cause I
Well,
got it for Xbox One.
if you ever get the chance to play in the Metal Gear games, I highly recommend playing in the order of 3, 4, 2, 1, and then 5 because
So
Yeah.
I
Five-
counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or
well,
Like,
so I'm
1 to
just
7,
basing it
like-
on my preference, and then because 5 is like a really good game, everyone loves it. I don't think it's
It's
that
just
good
a
of a.
hate.
It's not that good of a Metal Gear game, you know, because Metal Gear Solid 4 literally won an award for how many cutscenes it has in the game and how long the cutscenes were, and then 5 has like 7
My only-
cutscenes.
My only gripe with 5 is the one where like Konami and Hideo Kojima fell out, and like they didn't even include his name.
Yeah,
I think,
that was
originally in the
really
credits.
stupid.
So, yeah, it was such a dumb idea because now like we're never gonna get like a Metal Gear Solid game that's made by Hideo Kojima. It's really sad.
Well, I
Mm.
mean,
remember
it
my friend met
sucks
him
too
as well.
that they had a falling out because like Silent Hills was gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Like PT is one of the scariest experiences I've ever had gaming because
Yeah,
I was
a
in
lot
a
of
dark
people,
room, just fucking headphones on, walking through a hallway. Almost always, I was on the verge of shitting my pants. Like that was terrifying, and it looked amazing. I know that it's easy to make a game look that good when you only really have a hallway to work with, but like
yeah.
it looked really good.
Have I
Yeah.
told you about when my friends met Hideo Kojima at like
No.
a meet and greet? So a friend of mine, she does like she was doing like gaming design at the time, and this is when Death Stranding was releasing. So he was doing a like meet and greet in the UK. So she went to it. The line was 7 hours long.
Damn.
He stayed for like the entire thing. He was there for like 12 hours with his like translator, and he like stopped and talked to absolutely everyone. He signed everything that people wanted, and he stayed right till the end because she was like
Oh,
one of
yeah,
the last
he-
people.
He
was really
seemed
nice,
like he's a
apparently.
real sweetheart.
Yeah, he was apparently really nice to like everyone.
I'd love
there.
to meet him someday.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to see how that brain works, you know, because like I personally didn't like Death Stranding that much, but I think the story is really cool. I just don't
Same.
care for the gameplay.
I like how like the game was constructed and everything like. how
Yeah,
it was,
like that story is
I've
fucking
got it.
insane.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got
which-
it. I did a pre-buy, so I like had it downloaded and shit, and then I put like 12 hours into the game, and I didn't really care for
Yeah.
it, so I kind of dropped it. But
I like it because it's his first game from splitting from Konami. It just shows like how his brain and like his like critique on everything could like turn
and
into.
he
whatever. He's just an amazing developer.
in the
Love him
Xbox
to bits.
showcase, they
Oh,
said
yeah.
they're gonna have a horror game with him.
Yeah,
behind
that's
it,
being made by
so
him.
Oh.
I'm very
Yeah, he's
excited
making
for
it
that.
work exclusive for Xbox at the
Hell
showcase.
Oh,
yeah.
hell yeah, dude. That's
Yeah.
gonna be poppy. I'm sorry for you guys if you're PlayStation, but I'm gonna fucking get that.
Yeah, I've played both, so
Yeah.
like
Well,
Sorry,
I mean,
but-
they'll probably end up putting it on PC because that's
Yeah.
mostly what Xbox does nowadays.
anything that goes on Xbox will go on PC. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm quite glad I got a PS5 and a fucking computer, so I can still have the best of both worlds, as it said. Apart from Nintendo, because they don't like you emulating their games.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah,
throw you
yeah,
in
true.
jail. That's why I had to stop my Pokemon series.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I got RE4 on the Switch for like $10. That's like
Good
one of those
purchase.
games that I just want to have mobily, you know, like because like
Phrillo about to bust.
oh my god, there it is. There's the face.
Let's go.
That's it. That was a busting face.
That's thumbnail
But yeah,
material
that's-
right there. That's
Dude, you could easily put that on your thumbnail together with a Surstromming can.
Oh my god.
Fucking easy. But yeah, I think that's just a sign that it's time to round
Yeah.
up this interview.
yeah.
Yeah, that's calm, bro.
But yeah, guys,
Yeah.
thanks for inviting me. It was an honor being here.
Oh yeah.
Nah, it's
Thanks
cool,
for coming
mate.
on.
Thank you for thanks for coming on, man. Like, do you know what I mean? We can only ask and you say yes or no. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
where can people find you, mate? Tell the people where to find you at.
Twitch.tv/Phrillo, PHRILLO, and I stream Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday, 21:00 GMT +1 European time.
yeah, Sweden time. Put it
Yes,
that way. Sweden time. Fuck's sake. God
IKEA time. All right.
IKEA
for
time.
fuck's sake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, go on, Phrillo. Sorry, mate.
yeah, but it's yeah, this wasn't like expected, to get invited, but it's still like really really nice of you guys to do it. I think a lot of people are gonna appreciate the
Well,
fact that you guys are doing this.
Especially like if you ever want to come on again, like
Yeah, open, man.
I think
completely.
right now I just like to not talk that much about current events because we're doing this in like a bubble. Like we're gonna
Yeah.
have all these episodes drop like weekly and shit. But I think after these first 4 episodes, maybe we can start talking about current events a little bit more.
Maybe, yeah.
So if you ever want to come on again and just like talk about what's going on or whatever, that'd be cool.
Yeah, of course. And once again, thanks for having me. I cannot wait till the episode comes. I can see how fucking crazy people look when they're doing it. I've been watching some of the videos before I came on the show, and it's everything feels so natural. It feels real.
Yeah.
It's not that scripted bullshit. So
Nah. Can't be asked for that shit. I ain't got time to write
Yeah,
that stuff
like
down.
well, the most scripted thing we do is like we ask them to explain
Questions.
themselves. That's like
Yeah.
that's about it.
Yeah.
But other than that, we just like to do whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you gotta set a baseline, a foundation to work from. Otherwise, it will be all over the fucking place. So this is obviously a good way of doing it.
Well, again, thank you so much for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me. I hope you guys get a wonderful week and happy summer. Stay safe out there.
Sweet. Do you outro it, CoolAce?
That was another episode of the Degenerates podcast with your 2 co-hosts, CoolAceTV and BigMacKaz, the Samsung fridge. And we had a guest on, Phrillo, this week. So I hope you guys had a wonderful time listening. And fuck Guy Fieri.
Fuck Guy Fieri. See you, boys.
Fuck Guy Fieri. Fuck Guy Fieri. Fuck PewDiePie.
Yes!
Let's
Peace.
go.
We're out.
Bye.